Welcome back to Electric Vehicles channel, my dear friends. I am Krishna Chaitanya Mandela. In this Ask Electric Vehicles 6th episode, I will answer some of the subscribers' questions. And before that, there is a surprise video for you tomorrow. We already made an interview with the Chief Business Officer of Ather Energy, Mr. Ranvit, and we will upload the video tomorrow evening. And that interview will clarify all the doubts about Ather 450X and also the competitor Ola and Simple Mark II. So the first question is asked by Mr. Sampath Kumar. What about the resale value of these electric vehicles? And we need to change the battery after some time. The battery cost is high. The main issue with these vehicles is range. If the battery discharge completely while traveling, what to do? Even the infrastructure is not good. How can we overcome these problems? I think the best solution, we need to have a positive mindset because electric vehicles are really good. When compared to previous 10 years, the industry has grown up and quality electric vehicles are coming up with the market, and don't need to worry about electric vehicles. All we need to have is a positive mindset. Because of the negative thoughts, people are not opting for electric vehicles and they are losing the benefits. Also, they are wasting the money on petrol. So that's the answer for your question. And the second question is asked by Mr. Shivanand Shenoy. Okinawa Price Pro or E-Trans Neo 120 to 160 kgs of load. Price difference is 5,000 more for Neo in Udupi, Karnataka. All other features, E-Trans Neo is superior, I feel. What will be the battery replacement cost for both scooter? I couldn't find it anywhere. Okinawa Price Pro, the battery capacity is 2 kilowatt hour, whereas E-Trans Neo, the battery capacity is 2.5 kilowatt hour. So the battery price of E-Trans Neo is 50,000 rupees, whereas Okinawa Price Pro, the battery price is 40,000 rupees. The next question is asked by Mr. Nagarjun Rajshekar. I am planning to buy Kawasaki SC or MX3. Please give the pros and cons of these two. Firstly, the Kawasaki SC and MX3, there is nothing much difference between these two electric bikes. The only difference is the design of the vehicle. The SC model is a sports look design, whereas MX3 is more like a conventional bike design. And coming to the cons of these two bikes, they need to improve the build quality of these two bikes. Next question, any subsidy on these bikes in the future? I think yes, they will get a subsidy in the future, not now. Finally, the pros and cons of Magnus Pro and Zeal. I think Magnus Pro and Zeal having comfortable seat and suspension, but the cons, again the build quality, they need to improve a little bit. Otherwise, these vehicles are good in the market. And the next question is asked by most of the viewers about the launch update of Simple Mark II. And I think viewers already know that Simple Energy updated the electric scooter name as Simple One. So Simple One is launching on August 15, 2021. On the same day, they will start the pre-bookings all over India. And the price of this electric scooter is 1.1 lakh rupees. And one more surprise from Simple Energy, they are planning to upload one video by end of this month. If they miss that date, they will upload the first look of Simple One on the first week of August. So that's the update about Simple One. The next question is asked by Mr. Katta Humble. Kabira Mobility, when will it come to Hyderabad? See, actually, as of now, Kabira Mobility don't have plans to launch their KM4000 or KM3000 electric bikes in Telangana. Recently, they have shared one update in their social media about the launch of Kabira electric bikes. I will read it out. So the next 25 cities of Kabira Mobility are, the main state is Maharashtra. Almost in 11 cities, Kabira Mobility is launching their showrooms in Maharashtra. And in Karnataka, 6 cities, Kabira Mobility is planning to open the showrooms. In Goa, Panjim and Ponda. In Andhra Pradesh, Nellore, Adoni and Visakhapatnam. In Kerala, Palakkad. And finally in Tamil Nadu, Pudukottai and Madurai. These are the expected cities Kabira Mobility to launch in the coming months. So that's the answer for your question. And the next question is asked by Shiva. Ather 450X was introduced for 1.6 lakh rupees. Now after intro of FAME incentive, which comes around 40,000 rupees subsidy, but still the price is around 1.44 lakh rupees. How it is possible? See, I think viewers have confused on this subsidy part. Earlier FAME 2 scheme, government is providing 10,000 rupees of subsidy on each kilowatt hour. Now what government did, they have upgraded it to 15,000 rupees. So already government is providing 10,000 rupees on 1 kilowatt hour battery pack. In addition to that, only 5,000 rupees extra will get. So what does it mean for Ather 450X? Based on 2.9 kilowatt hour battery pack, you will get additional 14,500 rupees of subsidy. For RV400, you will get a maximum of 15,000 rupees of subsidy. In the same way, Okinawa, other scooters. Don't think like you will get extra 15,000 rupees of subsidy. Only you will get additional 5,000 rupees subsidy in each kilowatt hour battery pack. So that's the answer for your question. And the next question is asked by Mr. Golkonda Narendra. Bought in Benlingora before 2 months, facing issue, too hard suspension due to this front part of vehicle is making noise. When checked the serviceman told there is a damage in the lock pins which hold its together any solution. So I think it's completely the mistake of the service people, because instead of saying the reason, they should change the pins, because if they know that this scooter having the suspension issues and also the lock pins availability, they need to check with that. So it's purely the failure of the serviceman. And also don't worry, go for the local spare part shops. Whatever these lock pins is available in local showrooms also, and don't worry on this part. The next question is asked by Karan Paul. Which electric scooter I should buy for daily 90 to 100 km ride, 60 km speed? And he shared 4 options: Jitendra JMT 1000 HS, Earth Energy Glide Plus, Odyssey Arc Plus, or Ampere Magnus Pro. I think only one electric scooter is satisfying your desired specifications, because Earth Energy EV Glide Plus is the only electric scooter is providing up to 60 km top speed, and the remaining electric scooters is not giving any top speed more than 45 km per hour or up to 55 km per hour. So the answer will be Earth Energy Glide Plus. And the final question is asked by Mr. Ramesh. I am an agriculture person near 35 km distance to my agriculture place, weekly 4 times to go for work here. Suggest me which is the best electric scooter. While for this condition, note, while returning home I will pick up 75 to 150 kgs of agriculture products. I think I will go with Haine M1, because that electric scooter is made with metallic element. So the load whatever you mentioned, 75 to 150 kilograms, definitely it will be suitable for you, because it having a wide footboard space at the front side. So go with Haine M1 based on your range. If it is 35 km up and down, go with the basic version of 57,000 rupees, or else there are additional variants which offers higher range. So that's the answer for your question, and hope you got the answers. And subscribers, if you have any doubts about electric vehicles, please ask them in the comment section below. I will answer them in the next week. For genuine information about electric vehicles, please subscribe to Electric Vehicle channel and follow our Facebook page for faster updates. Go green, go electric.